In this world of misinformation and distorted evidence, it is difficult to make arguments for both sides of extreme opinions. It is now more difficult to stay centered and be focused on what is objective and what is real. So, I want to remind people the three parts of an argument. It is obviously more complicated than these three parts, but once the hardcore SJWs and the extreme right know the three parts of an argument, I hope to see less of this. You know what? Back up about right. And more of this.
Oh, because of the unique place we're in?
I only know what people tell me.
Okay, let's start. An argument is divided by three simple parts. Now, of course, these three simple parts has nothing to do whether if it's easy or not. It's just three parts, and then it could be more details along the lines. So, number one, it's the argument. It's what you're starting out with, like your introduction in your essay, which is, let's say, what you're trying to say. So, like, I need a new cell phone, new and recent cell phone. I want the new iPhone X, which is the most recent cell phone of today right now. And you need to prove why you need to do it, because this will go to the next step, which is the premise, which is your evidence, your foundation from your own wealth of knowledge before the conclusion. So let's say the new cell phone can make me more competitive in education due to faster information gathering because of the faster processor or the better resolution on the cell phone, or etc., etc. Number three is your conclusion. From there, you can say, therefore, I need a new cell phone with a faster processor, a better resolution screen, because it can benefit me in college or whatever career. Now, that sounds okay. It sounds reasonable, right? You're not hurting anyone. It sounds like you really want a cell phone because you do want a faster processor. However, is it a compelling argument? Is it an argument where I want to fund your cell phone? I want to fund your iPhone X. Is it an argument where I'm so compelled by it that I also want an iPhone X? I don't think so. So you should really be asking, if you are the opponent of this argument, there should be a question, multiple questions in your head. Is there any other reasons why I shouldn't get a new cell phone? Can there be more reasons not to get a new cell phone and maybe get a used one? Possibly, maybe getting a tablet is more appropriate to my needs. So, like, those type of questions should be sprouting out. It should be germinating out of your head. Germinating out of your head in your own logic, so you can make the counter argument. Because if you don't, they're gonna assume they won the argument. Therefore, they're going to keep buying new and recent cell phones to assume that they're going to be more competitive due to faster information gathering based on the faster processor. Blah 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 blah. I meant more RAM and whatever. And that's not necessarily true. We all know this. And like I said before, maybe getting a tablet is more appropriate to their needs. See, these type of questions we should be asking rather than A is B and B is C, so therefore A is got to be C. So it's the same thing with correlation versus causation. For example, if we say there's a higher consumption rate of organic foods and we lay it on the graph, but there's a higher rate of organic food or autism, does that mean eating organic foods is going to cause autism? No, that's actually preposterous. That's like ridiculous. So whenever a person on the right wing scoffs or they get insulted or they just don't understand fully on the left when they say, let's say there's white privilege, but a white person on the right side says no, there isn't, because A, B, and C, some people on the left might also get offended, and then it's a tumultuous, tortuous, crazy, chaotic mess that it's impossible to fix. It seems impossible to fix. And that is what I'm worried about today. young adults today are making more and more bad arguments. These questions are not genuine, and actually, they are dishonest. If they can't find evidence that breaks down the premise of the opponent's premise, for instance, i.e., let's say white privilege doesn't exist, they attack personal character, personality, or even their achievements or lack of achievements. And that is incredibly dumb and stupid and should not be allowed. For example, this is a Ben Shapiro showing, and this guy is making a bad, terrible argument that Ben Shapiro shouldn't be making an opinion because he's not an expert in sociology.
What I'm getting at is that you're not considered an expert in sociology, psychology, gender studies, lesbian dance theory, many of these things that you've brought up tonight.
See, already this is an attack on his lack of expertise on something Ben has an opinion on. And it doesn't make sense. It doesn't really progress ideas. It's actually a dishonest argument. And as per, Ben gracefully argues back that it is a bad argument.
I know a lot more about all those others than lesbian dance theory. As far as if you want to take issue with the argument, I would urge you not to use the argument from authority, which is somebody has a PhD by their name, they know what they're talking about.
Anyway, I think I'm done with this video. To conclude, please ask more questions that are propagating from your head and try to answer them. And guess what? Sometimes it'll take hours. Maybe it'll take months. Sometimes decades. But this method of logical thinking and answering these type of questions is what progresses a society. It may not be pretty. It may not be attractive. But if you want to seek truth, maybe it starts with yourself and self-knowledge and integrity. Okay? Thank you guys for listening to The Woes of a Human. And subscribe and give me if you like if you can. Thanks, guys. I'll see you guys later.